Welcome back to The Dawn, where we command the morning and cause the dawn to know its place. And this is JCC TV, where we bring you the uncompromised gospel. Where are you watching us from? You can talk to us on our social media platforms at JCC TV. I am at Lucy Flora Mwendwa. Now, I have so much beauty and splendor here, Yani. It is just divine. And I have a lovely lady to tell us more about what we have here. Mellow by Michelle.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Karibu.
I'm so happy to be here.
Karibu sana.
Yeah,
Let's start with the name. Mellow by Michelle.
Yes. So I was looking for a word that would describe the different kind of designs, and mellow has got several different meanings in the dictionary, but the one that stood out for me was beautiful, filled with form, nice to look at, and things like that. So because I knew I wanted to make things from scratch, things that would be appealing to the eye, I went with mellow. Initially it was Mellow 254, but that was a long time ago. Then I rebranded to include my name. Yes.
And it rhymed so
it did.
well.
It did.
It sounds so well just saying Mellow by Michelle. It sounds
Thank
couture.
you. Thank you.
Yes, so tell us more about yourself, Michelle.
Well, born and raised in Mombasa, and when I started the business, initially I started it as, it was just a way to make money in campus. Yeah.
In campus?
In campus. But now, after doing it for a few years, I realized, okay, so this is actually lucrative. I actually enjoy it. So yeah, a few years down the line, I decided to take it seriously. I am self-taught. Yeah, at that time, when I was starting, there was no one who could teach me. So I had to learn everything by myself. Yes, my father decided, well, since you want to do this, let me buy you your first kit and see how that works out. And I'd like to say so far, it's going well.
What course were you taking?
I did a BA, yes, in English and sociology, and this is completely...
Wait, how did you land to doing this?
Okay, so I would go to shops wanting to buy earrings, and I would see the same earrings every day. Every single shop you go to has got the same earrings, same design, and some of them are not as appealing. You would find something maybe with something that has materials that look very cheap, and they've been priced so high. And I just asked myself, why not try? Right? Since you feel like you have that creative streak, go ahead and try and show people what you have and see if they're going to buy it. And they did. Yeah.
You know, most of us in Kole were just living our best lives and just, mom, sina pesa, dad, sina pesa, sis, sina pesa. And you were here being creative and creating so much beauty and earning.
Yeah, I was.
Why?
Well, first to make that extra money, because I just felt that at some point, the whole calling home thing, if sometimes mother says, no, not now, let me send you next week. I'd be like, no, let me try, and make a little now. Plus also practicing financial independence. I've just always had that thing. I don't want to fully rely on someone. I want to be able to make something for myself. So that really pushed me. Plus in Nairobi, everyone is, top speed, trying to keep up with the trends and things like that. I wanted what I wear to be unique.
And there are some people who have the idea to create something or to start something, but they do not have the capital.
Yes.
What could you tell them?
Start from somewhere. You don't need too much to start. And I know sometimes when people say you don't need too much, people might think, oh, too much might be 10,000. No, actually started my business with 1,000 shillings. I had 1,000 shillings, I walked into a shop, I bought materials, and I started from there. If you have the passion for something, then just push. Yeah, try it. If it fails, then okay, maybe this wasn't for me. And you have the option to try another way, around your idea, or just to leave it alone. But I would definitely say, if you have the idea and you have the passion, go ahead and do it.
So, Michelle, how do you come up with the designs?
Okay, I like to tell my clients, I would never sell you something that I wouldn't wear. Okay, so first of all, I like to keep up with trends. I like to know what colors are in, what people are wearing, because of course my intention is not only to appeal to a local clientele, but also an international one as well. So for me, it's, and then also functionality. Say for example, you have very functional earrings here, the hoops. This can be worn to the office and everything. Now, while such earrings might be ready-made, there's a lot of, I have to think a lot about what it is I want to put into the collection. Okay, now I love color. Okay, but
Clearly.
then yes, clearly, I love color because color is appealing to the eye, right? But then I also have to cater to now people who are more neutral based, you know, earrings like those, like these, and like these. So it takes a lot of research. You have to know your clients, who it is you're appealing to. Not everyone is going to like your color. Some people are going to like your neutrals. You also have to understand the weather where you are.
Really?
Yes. Reason being, in Mombasa, with the sorry, with the weather that we have, things change color a lot. Okay, so I have items that, you know, will not change or will last you a really long time, and like now this, you know, coated well. That these are things that I consider, and then I also consider. Like for the bridal collection, okay, I consider a lot about brides' comfort. I'm all about comfort when it comes to brides. I'm all about complementing skin tones and dresses. So there's really a lot, but knowing your clientele and doing your research on what the market needs at that point is important. Yes.
So a lot goes into creating a piece.
Yes, creating and curating. Since I very recently now started going into bridal pieces, so when I say curating here, I mean how I'm sourcing my pieces. Okay, so for example, this piece here, it might be a short piece, but it packs a punch. You know, it glistens nicely and things like that. Well, someone may look at it and say, oh yeah, but it's so short. But I would tell them, if you put this on your hair, it will change your look completely. You understand? So it's not, I do not only put special consideration into the handmade pieces, but the curated pieces as well. Yes, because we sell handmade, ready-made, and also some that our artisans help us to make.
So what accessory do you wear to wear? What do you wear to wear?
That's a good question.
Yes.
Okay, so take this for example, this piece, right? When I make traditional pieces, or what is considered traditional, since the Maasai bead is considered very traditional, I like to put what I call an urban touch to an Afro piece, right? So this can be worn to a traditional wedding. It can also be worn to a white wedding, depending on what you pair it with. So if you pair it with these loops, it's actually completely versatile. You can wear it to traditional and to white, okay? For your everyday look, I normally just... I suggest pieces like the hoops, okay? If you're going to the office, it works very well if you're going to the office. And then some people, of course, work in more informal settings where you can wear earrings like these that dazzle, okay? I recently had a conversation on my Instagram page about wedding accessories and what people understood about wedding accessories. So, as a bride, you want to be the center of attention. But that does not mean that your bridesmaids, okay, and your guests can also not wear something, right? So if a bride is to wear a piece that's this large, then as a bridesmaid, I recommend something this small, okay? Where you can wear 2 or 1. If you are the maid of honor and your bride is wearing a piece that is larger than this, then you can definitely wear this. So this can work for a maid of honor or even a bride who doesn't want to go overboard, and it can also work for a mother of the bride. Okay?
So don't
just outshine the bride. Please, ladies, don't outshine the bride.
It's like, so don't wear white if it's not a white themed wedding.
Exactly. Okay. Very important. Yes.
Let's talk earrings.
Yeah. So for earrings, pieces like these are more on the casual side. However, they're very easy to modify for me. If you came to the shop, I'd be able to modify. Say, for example, if these are too long for you, And of course, maybe these are too long for the office. So all I would do, if you came to the shop, we would remove this, put this down here, and attach this to the hook, and it's automatically shorter and more comfortable to the office. When I make earrings, I have everyone in mind. There are some, of course, that are not here on the setup, but they are at the shop, where you have very, very short earrings that are very good for, work-related functions, and also just going to the office. Say, for example, this type, but with a more, neutral colored bead, like a pearl, right? And if we're talking about casual looks, these are very nice because of the pink and the gold. They're nice, they stand out, and so are pieces like these. So for the workplace, I would advise for pieces not more than 3 centimeters. Sometimes people will ask me, oh, easy measurements, we don't understand. Then I tell them, if you put an earring on your finger, if it's longer than this, then it's probably not considered very, good for the office. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, because to the office you need to look, well put together. You need to look very formal. Anything large, say for example this, anything large automatically changes how you look. You no longer look extremely professional. You tend not to look a little dressy. However, Fridays are different. If you have casual Fridays at your office, then any of these are good options. Yes, as long as, again, you're not wearing something with too much dazzle, because that's not the right place for that. Yeah.
How much is too much when you're going for a job interview?
I would say when you're going for a job interview, don't wear earrings that are too long. And if you must wear a necklace, then let it be either pearls, right, the smallest size of pearls, or medium size. This necklace is actually made out of the medium size of pearls. I think if you lift it up, then people will be able to see. So these are medium pearls, but of course I would not advise that you wear something layered. Okay, so one strand like this in a white, off-white, or a gray, or just nice earth colors, a brown, that would be good. This size is good. And if you wear this, then you pair it with very small earrings. When I say very small, I mean something that is the size of this pink part only. If you're going to pair a necklace and earrings together. If it's just going to be earrings, then again, what I said is you measure it with your finger like that. If it's that length until there, then that is good and suitable. Yes, because you do not want to overwhelm your look, and you do not also want to, walk in and look like you're there for the wrong job. Yes.
Why did you decide to go the bridal way?
Thank you for that question. Mombasa doesn't seem to have a very large range when it comes to bridal pieces. Now, unfortunately, mostly what we have in Mombasa is bridal pieces that are more on the very, very bold side. So I found that there was a niche of brides that was uncatered to. Brides who preferred smaller pieces, brides who preferred also affordable pieces, because usually my aim is to make sure that I have pieces that anyone can afford. And at times when I say anyone, people ask me, really anyone? Yes, actually anyone, because like if you look at my earrings, I have earrings that range from 100 shillings right up until 500, 600, 700 shillings, which caters to everyone. For my bridal pieces, I have pieces that range from, say, this comb, for example. This is 400 shillings. You see, so I have pieces that range from even pins that cost 250 shillings for whatever the budget is for the bride. Yes, so my aim was to provide affordable pieces. For those who can afford, of course, pieces worth 5,000, 6,000, that's okay. I have those as well. But I found that there was a niche that was uncatered to. And that's for the brides who are on a budget. People who don't want to spend too much, but also look good. Yes, and that is what I work towards providing. Yes.
And also, how much is too much for a bride?
Nothing is too much for a bride. It's your special day, so you do whatever it is you want. You dress however, you make sure you look good, because you only get that one day, and so you should make sure that you look your best. But your question is actually very good in that pairing is very important. If, say, you're going to wear earrings that are this large, there is no need to wear a necklace. These earrings are roughly, maybe I would say 6.5 centimeters. If they're 6.5 centimeters long, which means they hang up till half the length of your neck, then there is no need for a necklace. Okay. For those who insist on wearing necklaces, we ask that you wear a very thin gold necklace with a very small pendant, even though it's not really necessary. Now, in the pairing, say for example this goes so well with this. You see, some brides will tell you, oh, I don't want too much, I want just enough for people to be able to see me. This is a gorgeous pairing. You see, and the good thing about these pieces is that they can go even with braids, they can go with natural hair. So I advise brides, if you want a very large hairline, go ahead and do it. Just wear it with the right earrings or the right earrings and necklace. Yes. And also, I have brides who come in sometimes who cannot wear just any metal on their ears. We have a special hypoallergenic collection for that. Yes. So the hypoallergenic collection normally is coated with a metal called rhodium. It stops the metal from chipping. Yes, so it's stainless steel coated with rhodium, so when you wear, it's comfortable. It doesn't leave marks on your neck. It doesn't disturb you. Because on your wedding day, because you're going to have a long period of interacting with many people and also sweating, you need something that is good for that. Yes.
Okay, I think now we can accessorize
me. Yes, we can. So we're actually going to, I think what we should use is so that people can be able to see, and especially since your dress comes all the way up, I suggest that we use these, that you put these on, and you put a hair comb on your hair so that people can see how it's going to look.
Okay. So away with
those.
These. These are so beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And how do you get your work out there? How do you...
Okay, right now I use Instagram, and I have different WhatsApp broadcast groups. I also work with people who do marketing. So I have, well, I would call them partners. Yeah, I work with certain makeup artists who shoot using my work, both on a paid basis and a non-paid basis, where we create, for the non-paid basis is where we create content. We come to an agreement and we create content where, they do the makeup, the pieces are worn, photos are taken and things like that. And from that, I get clients from their own client roster. Yes. And then, of course, there are things like bazaars and exhibitions, even though we haven't had any successful ones, I think, since 2020. Shall I put this on you?
Yes, please.
So we can add this here to your hair. I would suggest somewhere here on the side. So with a comb, what you need to do, if you have braids like these, you can't wear your hair down if you're going to use a comb. However, if you're going to use a vine, it's easy, because you see a vine just has this part here without the comb. So this part here can be pinned to your hair. But if you've held your hair like you have, then what we do is we insert this comb into the section of hair that you've held like that. So you see, it sits so nicely. Some people prefer to pin down the sides, but it's not necessary, because once it's sitting in there, then there's no movement. However, if maybe it's a wedding and you're going to do a lot of dancing, then you use just a regular black bobby pins. You can pin here and here at the end, so it stays still. And you see, and it looks so nice. Yes.
Okay, for occasions, for example, for events, can this do?
Yes, this can do. Yes, as a wedding guest, actually, this is very nice. This and the pair of earrings. So as you see, what I was saying about the earrings, the length, this is very important. So these earrings are already almost 3/4 way down your neck. So then you don't need a necklace for that, because adding a necklace onto that, and especially with like the how high up your collar comes, that will just disrupt the whole look.
Okay.
Yes.
And there are people who just like being extra.
Yes, there are people who like being extra.
They will also take this and add to the look.
But let me just show the viewers what happens when that happens. I'm actually just going to hold on to it for you.
Yeah.
So you see, this is a lot. Okay, this is a lot because it pulls attention. The eye is just drawn in every single direction. First of all, the first thing someone will do is when they notice you, they'll see how high your top is.
Yes.
Okay. Then they'll say, okay, so this is a necklace added to that. Then there's this added to that. So it goes, there's so much, no one is able to focus on the key points. And the key points here being your earrings and your headpiece. You see. So if people are paying attention to all the pieces at once, then no one knows, okay, so she looks interesting, but what is it about her that is interesting?
Okay.
Yeah. But when you're like this now, it frames your face really nicely. People will pay attention to your dress and they'll pay attention to your hair without this just coming and causing confusion. Yes.
Blending makeup with your accessories.
Yes, that's very important. If you are going for maybe a simple nude look, which is what you have on now, then you've got room to play with whatever. You can wear any one of those dramatic pieces and it's going to be okay. However, if your makeup is dramatic, say if you have a bold eye or a bold wing, then you tone down a little bit. For the hair accessories, you can go ahead and wear this. But say if you had a bold red lip and a bold eye, then of course now I would ask you to wear something that is less, something that doesn't scream too much, okay? And if it was earrings like these, I would ask you to wear something shorter, something more minimal. Yes.
And I feel so nice right now. And I would ask, when that client gets back to you,
yes,
and with a picture and they're like, I felt so good. When that bride gets back to you, I looked so beautiful.
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
That's the peak of everything. Because so that is usually the peak of everything. Because when a bride comes to buy pieces, they may love what they're buying, you know, but they're just seeing it, you know, when it's flat lay and they're not 100% sure how it's going to look. But now when the makeup comes together and the accessories are put on her and she loves everything, that is what does it for me. That is usually pure excitement.
Yeah.
Yes, because then I'm sure I have done a good job. Yeah, that my selection is good. Because, you know, when brides come in, I guide them. There are a lot of questions, and initially the bride may not understand what these questions are that I'm asking, but I usually need to know, how does your gown look? What does the top of your gown look like? You know, do you have details like crystals, pearls? Are you hoping to go all out? Or are you hoping to do something that's a little more toned down? So on the wedding day, the bride understands. Yes.
How we have been brought up is if you're not a doctor, if you're not an engineer, if you're not a lawyer, you're not in the right career. But now, like if you're not in the white collar job or the blue collar job, you're not doing it right, you're not doing life right. But now we are in a generation where art is taking over.
Yes.
If a child goes to the parent, na namwambia, I feel like I want to be an actor. I feel like I'm talented. I have been doing church plays. I've been doing 1, 2, 3, 4, and I feel like I need to take a course in music.
Yeah.
What can you tell that parent who has a child who has art inside of them?
I would advise them to let them pursue the art. It's not a bad idea to have a fallback plan, which is mostly what I think people who started, you know, in the art scene around my time, which is what we did. Like, you have a fallback plan in case anything doesn't work out. But the thing is about art is that as you grow in your art, it also changes the way you look at the world, and it changes the way you do things. And it also helps you develop skills you didn't know you had. Say, for example, for me, I think it has to be dealing with clients. My customer service has changed over time. Right now, if a client talks to me and, you know, someone might be having a bad day and they're rude, the way I handle the client, it convinces them to, you know, okay, let me give her a chance. That's something that has grown. Also, my ability to do math, because sometimes you have to add, and subtract on the spot.
Mathematics.
You have like 3 clients waiting in place, and one is like, yeah, so what's my total? And I find myself doing math really fast, which wasn't something that I was really good at first. And also, it has gotten me, pursuing my art has also gotten me out of my shell. I was a very shy person. I never used to talk much to people. But now, as I continue to work with people who do the same job as me, and I continue to interact with clients, it's opened me up. Yes. So just encourage your kids. You know, you never know what the world is going to look like in a few years' time. When I was in university, everyone was rushing for certain jobs. And then with time, you started to realize how much that changed. Suddenly, these jobs are not available. But for those of us who had gone into business, pursuing what it is we loved, we found that we had, let me not say we had, that God had opened doors that you never even thought or going to be possible. Okay, so just encourage them. Even if you want them to do something on the side, like a degree, but have them also pursue what it is they want to do on the side. If it's acting, there's so many platforms these days that offer help with acting. If it's jewelry, for me, I tell people I cannot teach you everything. There's certain things about jewelry making that I cannot teach you. But if you come in, you want me to teach you the basics, that I can do for you. So I'm always happy to teach someone and show them, lead them on their way, because I know that wasn't done for me. Unfortunate, but true. It wasn't done for me, so I would really like to help right now. Yeah.
And has your BA come in handy in what you do?
No, I wouldn't say it has. I would not say it has. I do know people though whose degrees have come in handy in the whatever it is they've pursued passion wise and art wise, especially people who've done, let's say, a BCom or a BBIT, then they switch to something business related. It has. Is it that I regret it being there? No, not really, actually. Yeah. So in case of anything, it's a fallback, but that's not something I'm looking to pursue. Yeah.
We were talking earlier about how brides come or models, and they come with their staff. They come with their photographers, they come with their film crew.
Yes.
And those are things that are also available in Mombasa.
Yes. Mombasa has a lot of talented people. We have a lot of talented photographers, designers. In fact, we have even bridal gown designers, people who can make exactly what it is you see in the magazines. However, I think people in Mombasa need to start making a little bit more noise. You need to make noise, make sure people know that you're here, so that when brides come, they come to you and they know, I'm coming to Mombasa for my wedding and everything is catered to in Mombasa. I think it's also necessary for people out there to know that we have a lot, right? We have a lot of designers, a lot of photographers. We've got, now people like me who do the accessories. We've got top-notch makeup artists who can cater to you and your entire team. So Mombasa has a lot. Even in terms of venues, we don't need to do the same old venues. There are other venues that people have. So, but I think it's also up to us to just make sure people know that we exist. Yes, if you need to partner with someone in Nairobi, go ahead and do that. If you need to, try and look for partners in Nairobi or elsewhere, go ahead and do that. Yes, but it's necessary. I feel really bad when brides come down to Mombasa and they come with everything ready. So I understand while a gown might be a very, very tricky piece to maybe have made remotely, but if you're going to, and I know people are going to get mad about this comment I'm about to make, but if you're going to buy your dress from Dubai is so far. Why not have someone in Mombasa make it if you're having your wedding done in Mombasa? And if you're going to come with photographers, why not interview photographers in Mombasa? Why not look for a camera crew in Mombasa to work on exactly what it is you need? It's necessary. Yeah. And watu wa Mombasa msiogope, because tunaogopa sana. You need to just figure out how to get your art out there.
And the industry that you're in is one that is very broad, and you find earrings and accessories everywhere on the streets. How is it a challenge to entrepreneurs like you?
Okay, I would say initially, something that I don't find much of a challenge now, but initially I found it a challenge that there was a lot of affordable pieces out there, pieces that I did not have. And the reason why I put affordable in quotes is because for me, affordability has to come hand in hand with quality. While you may not guarantee that someone will buy maybe earrings for $250 and they last a year, but can they at least, can the client at least wear them and for them to last a bit of time? So, we had all these pieces coming in from China that looked a certain way, and they were so affordable, everyone would run in that direction. But then in 2020, the COVID year made me reevaluate a lot. I realized I needed to provide a few more affordable pieces than I already was. If for me, 300 shillings was affordable, that's not affordable to someone else, right? So then that's when I now started including pieces for 100, 150 shillings, 200 going upwards. But I would say, I mean, once now I figured out the market, then it was not much of a challenge. But I would like to ask that people trust in, you know, trust in brands other than what maybe you would find on the streets or in the already pre-existing shops that you know you're used to seeing earrings in. Try something a little out of your comfort zone. You know, come say, for example, to Mellow by Michelle, see what it is that I have, both in affordable pieces and more, you know, expensive pieces. You might change your mind.
All right. Where can we find you?
The shop is located at Greenland Plaza. This is behind, so the area behind Nomaneno, near the Jundan Mosque. Yes. So once you're coming from Nomaneno, you know, you just follow the road down, the one that matatus use, and it's the second last building on your right. Yeah, the name is written up there, Greenland Plaza Mall. Yes. So my stall is in there, G13. Yes. For brides, I advise that we book consultation. It's very important because I don't like to have two brides coming in at the same time. Everyone has their own details that they want to keep private. So I prefer consultation basis. If maybe you're a last minute bride, we have very many of those. We have very many of those who want to buy pieces the day before their weddings. It's okay. Pia nyinyi mnakaribishwa kabisa. You come in, we take a look at what we have and what not. Understand that sometimes, you know, the whole hustle and bustle of getting ready for the wedding, people might forget. Yes. And for working clients, anytime.
Okay.
Yes.
Social media.
Social media, currently on Instagram, or as Mellow by Michelle, we deleted the Facebook account based on, there's some security issues. Yeah, but I'm going to actually open a new page tomorrow. Yeah,
Okay.
and put everything back there, since I know Facebook has its own crowd that doesn't cross over onto Instagram.
All right. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thank you so much for having me, and you look so pretty.
I feel so pretty. I feel so pretty.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, buy Kenya, build Kenya.
Kabisa.
Buy Kenya, build Kenya, brand Kenya. You know, and let's build the local enterprises, the SMEs, you know, and at the end of the day, we are growing our economy as a country. So that was Life and Style with Mellow by Michelle. And this is The Dawn, where we command the morning and cause the dawn to know its place. Continue talking to us on our social media platforms at JCC TV at Lucy Flora Mwendwa. We are going for a very short break. We'll be right back.